Enrique, obviously it didn't go the way you wanted, but what's your biggest takeaway from it?
Simply we got to play better, all over the board. These games, it's the final stretch of the season, a lot going on. Just got to be mentally locked in. I don't think we were mentally locked in tonight.
Why do you think that was the case?
Nothing necessarily, just a game of basketball. Just a game of basketball. So I think we had good preparation going to the game. We don't have anybody on the team who's a bad guy. Absolutely not. We just didn't play our best tonight. We didn't play our Akron basketball that we're used to.
Does it sting more because what was at stake? We talked about it. You guys could have finished the regular season at home, with the win and undefeated.
Right.
And then also the MAC regular season title. Mm-hmm. You guys could have clinched at least a share.
Yeah.
Were those factors, kind of
Of course it stings. Of course it hurts. I mean, everyday life throws stuff at you, and you got to kind of readjust and get to the next play. So, I think we have that mentality. I think everybody, we're not obviously we don't enjoy this, and get back to the drawing board and try to figure it out. That's what we do.
You probably heard me ask Coach, but I asked him if he believes in wake up calls. Can this be that late in the season with the tournament around the corner? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a wake-up call. I would say it's definitely an opportunity for us to learn and grow and evaluate ourselves as a team and what the things that we lack, and coming into games, we getting everybody's best shot. A lot of teams are running schemes to whatever and trying to get into the logistics of it. But other than that, I mean, it is what it is. So.
Enrique, obviously, you're the big-time leader of this team.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of different moving parts going into the MAC tournament coming up, seeding-wise. What are you telling your teammates as the leader going into the Western Michigan game about how to close out the remainder of the regular season?
Going to Western Michigan, trying to get one win, 1-0 of the day, trying to win every day, one day at a time. And, the seeding, it's nice to have the first seeding. It's nice to have the second seeding. It's nice to have the third seeding, but that doesn't matter when it comes to the tournament. When it comes to the tournament, it's about winning those 3 games every day, those 3 days, and trying to get a championship.
So, there were several moments.
Yeah.
It can't come down to one play.
Yeah.
Well, what did you see on that missed 3 and putback?
They did a great job killing us on the glass. We got killed on the glass. They did a good job on the glass. I know they had a few guys out, and they played bigger, and they killed us on the glass. So there was many plays in the game that every player messed up on. I threw an inbound ball out of bounds to turnover. I rarely do that. You have a few hiccups. But we still managed to keep ourselves in the game, and we didn't finish one possession. But, you got to live with it and move on.
What do you say to some of your guys? I mean, there are obviously, like you said, missed opportunities by everybody across the board with missed free throws, and missed layup, things like that, the turnovers.
Yeah.
What do you say to kind of lift guys up?
We just gotta take it to the chin. Truthfully, take it to the chin, get better the next game, because what does it help dwelling on it or thinking about it or whatever? It happened. Gotta move on. That's what I would tell them. And to keep our heads up. Because I'll tell you right now that we got a lot of basketball left to play.
Well, a lot of people are going to see this result and wonder, is Akron for real?
Mm-hmm.
Is there something that, there's a letdown, whatever? Where's your confidence at?
Oh, Akron has always been for real.
You're not wavering on your confidence in the team?
Nope.
Okay.
Nobody's confidence. My confidence in Coach, my confidence in myself, and my confidence in our team. Absolutely, we're completely confident going into the next game.
This thing was going to come down to the possession battle in the game. And unfortunately, I've been wrong a lot in my life. Tonight, unfortunately, I was correct, and it went in their favor. So they had 5 less turnovers, 7 more offensive rebounds. So when you have 12 more quality possessions or shots up on goal that lead to FGAs or free throw attempts, 12 ahead of you, you better shoot it really, really well and be on point to overcome that. And unfortunately, we weren't. Give them credit. I thought we certainly contributed to the loss, but at the same time, I want to give those guys credit. It's a lot like Northern. I mean, those guys are battling. You know, they're near the bottom, and they came in and played with a lot of physicality. I thought, especially on the backboard, they absolutely annihilated us on the backboard. I thought they took our ball in the first half, and we haven't had 11 turnovers in a half. I'd have to have BD or Hunter check, but maybe not all year. So they took our ball, and they punked us at the rim, and we got what we deserved, quite frankly. So we're going to have to play better. Certainly have to play better on Friday. If we don't play better on Friday, we'd be very foolish to expect a different result.
John, what did you see on the missed shot and the putback from your end? What did it?
Well, I haven't seen it yet, but I understand we missed a block out. You know, those guys are obviously disappointed in the locker room, those older guys. What they need to understand is that, you know, hey, Greg's upset he missed 2 free throws. Okay? Disappointed. I get it. I think it was Michael, I haven't seen the clip yet, that missed the block out. Nate Johnson missed a layup underneath the rim on a great pass. And you could pinpoint those one possession, but it doesn't come down to that. It's not just one possession. It's all the possessions. And the reality of it is they got 12 more of them than we did because they got 5 less turnovers and they got 7 more offensive rebounds. That's like starting the game with giving them the ball 12 straight times and then playing even possession for possession after that. It's hard to overcome if you give any team the ball 12 more times and they get 12 either field goal attempts or free throw attempts in those 12 possessions. And so we lost the game on the possession battle. You know, again, they took our ball. I thought our turnovers some of them were sloppy. I thought we weren't very strong with the ball, and I thought they were a lot more physical than us around the rim when it came to rebounding, including the last dunk. So I think it's bigger than just one possession where free throws or a layup, or that certainly doesn't help. Obviously not, you know, but at the end of the day, to me, that number that stands out is the plus 12 possession difference in the game in favor of Eastern.
And Coach Gross, it was kind of a slow start in the beginning of the half. What adjustments did the team look to make going into the second half?
Well, obviously, we're up at the half, and I didn't feel like we had played very well. 11 turnovers, and they had gotten us a little bit on the glass. So I felt very fortunate, we should have anyway, to be up at halftime. The stat sheet wouldn't have indicated that other than the fact that we shot pretty well. So second half, we couldn't stop them. They shot 54% from the field. They out-rebounded us. On the night they took better care of the ball. You know, we deserved what we got. You know, we'd have been very fortunate. If they wouldn't have got that tip dunk, we would have been very fortunate. Would have been the story we'd have been talking about in here. Because they made more plays, quite frankly, from a physical perspective on the glass and did a better job of taking care of the ball than we did.
Coach Nate Johnson went down for a little bit early in the second half. What's an update on him?
He'll be fine. I mean, I guess it was just an unfortunate thing when they looked at the monitor. I don't think it was by any means anyone cheap shotting anybody or even an illegal screen, quite frankly. I thought they officiated it well, and he just happened to run right into the guy at a pretty good rate of speed. But I think he'll be fine.
So, obviously, you wanted to clean up some of the stuff that was going on and take care of business.
Yeah, for sure.
Last game at home and a chance to clinch at least a share of the regular season title. Do you think any of that played into, were guys pressing too much?
You know, we got an older group. I just thought, quite honestly, I thought they played well and we stunk. Point blank. You want me to be real? I'm going to tell you it's real.
Yeah.
They played well. We did not play very good. Period. I don't think, you know, we're too old. If we were younger, maybe, Nate, but we got too many old guys. Won too many games. They've won 2 championships. I mean, we just didn't play very well. We didn't play well. They played well. That's the result.
Coach, you got one more game on the road against Western Michigan. What are you taking away from tonight and even the slow start against NIU on Saturday heading into that game?
Well, hopefully very little, right? Take away from tonight or the other night. Hopefully we'll be better. You know, that's up to us to be better. We got to play better. Got to get people off the glass. You know, we got one of the best rebounders in the country, if not the best rebounder in the country. And we got to keep people off the glass, and we got to take better care of the ball. Okay? But we got to play better. You know, we got to play better. Like I said, we got what we deserved tonight. The story would have been if I'd have came in here and he wouldn't have tip dunked it, we still had 5 more turnovers than them and gave up 7 more offensive rebounds than them. That's unacceptable. But credit them, they made that happen. I'm not trying to take anything away from them. Like I said, to me, we didn't play very well. They played with a lot of physicality. They turned us over. They took our ball. They pumped us at the basket. And we didn't play very well. Got beat.
John, do you believe in wake-up calls? Can this be the-
No. I believe in playing well. Got to play well. You know, our mental, and maybe it will be for some of those guys. But again, we've got older guys. They shouldn't need a wake-up call to realize that we got to be mentally focused and be more physical in terms of taking care of the basketball and rebounding the basketball. Okay? They're not dumb guys. They're smart guys. You know, but at the end of the day, they got to do it. You know, and that responsibility falls on me. So, I don't anybody think we're blaming them, right? That starts with me and the older guys. It starts with me and it starts with them. They got to be better. We've got to take better care of the ball. It's tough to overcome that when you turn it over 11 times and a half. And we almost did it, but the glass, same thing, 15 offensive rebounds. I mean, they shot 54% in the second half from the field. They scored the first 7 possessions of the second half. I mean, you tell me, who are you beating doing that? You're not beating people consistently doing that. It's not happening. So can't give up 7 straight scores, 15 turnovers, 15 offensive rebounds. I mean, this isn't brain surgery. This is simple stuff here. We've got to be better, and we got to execute better and do our job better.
Coach, last one for me. What went into the decision tonight to give Nate Johnson the start for the first time since December?
Well, I thought he made a lot of progress cardio-wise and rhythm-wise. I thought it was obviously the right thing to do. It's the reason we made the decision. I hear what you're saying, Logan. I look at the stat sheet, and I love Nate. Nate's a good player. He'll play better. But it doesn't look real good across his line there. I get why you're asking the question. So I'll take responsibility for that too. Obviously, if I'd have known that was going to be that way, maybe he wasn't ready, maybe that's on me.